Hello.
Hey there.
Hi.
And welcome to episode 203 of Coming to Your Podcast. I'm your host, Adam.
I'm Dustin.
I'm Chris.
How are we doing, gentlemen?
Staying cool.
Good.
Staying
cool.
High 97 today.
Having a heat wave.
I mean,
Tropical
summer
heat
did
wave.
start yesterday.
That's true. And boy, howdy did it.
Did it ever?
It's coming with a vengeance right now.
That's officially here. And yeah.
Oh,
Lows in almost 80 degrees this weekend.
Mm-hmm. It's going to get it hotter, too.
I let Magic out this morning, and then she's like enjoying it. I was like, you better enjoy it, because it's like, you ain't going to be out here much today.
Nope. Not safe.
But
yeah, Misty went to pull some shit out of our flower beds out back briefly. And that was at 9:30.
Yeah.
Came back in not even 15 minutes later, 10 minutes later, just drenched.
Yep. Not today. Or did she stay out there and do it?
Nah, she's just going in, working on stuff in here a little bit, going back outside. She just started her summer vacation, so she wants to be a little productive for some reason.
Yeah. Hey, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
So, but the sun is shining. And our city has an Ironman competition this weekend.
gross.
And I feel like someone's going to die.
Yeah, you guys are both staying inside this weekend, right? You're not doing anything?
No.
Right?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm going to be outside tomorrow morning. But it's at 4:30 in the morning to 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not going to be experiencing the real heat.
Yeah, who would be dumb enough to do that?
I don't know. It's still going to be 80 degrees, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But, I'm not going to be outside in the sun
Yeah.
that much.
I fucked up.
You can still say no.
Yeah.
You do realize that. You have the power. You are an adult man in his 40s. You can say no.
Yeah, but I love golf too much. So,
Okay.
Extra
Extra liberal with that sunscreen and the water.
Yeah, dude. Looking for shade, hoping there's not. It's weird to be like, man, I hope there's a lot of trees for shade, and I hope there's not too many trees. So
I hope you start
wind,
shanking them. That's really,
bro. Yeah, I'm just playing the woods, guys.
you're playing smart.
Yeah, it's gonna be 100 degrees out when I'm out there, and it's gonna be great. But
Dustin, I love you, right?
yeah,
You're a fucking idiot.
yeah. The things that you love, you just sometimes you make stupid decisions and agree before you even look at the weather report and realize it's going to be hot as shit. So
You can all still say no.
yeah, we probably won't though. Much like
I
the
know you
people at
won't.
your Iron Man are just, I actually feel like I'm sitting here going dude, I'm going to be roasting golfing, but I get to ride in a cart and
That's true. That's
do
true.
nothing.
That's true.
It's not that physically taxing, I'm not
it's
walking
too hot
the
out
course.
for the golf carts. It's bad for the
Yeah.
engines.
Yeah, the wheels are melting. Dude, going back to your Iron Man thing, that is the people competing in it. The EMTs on site are gonna be
they better
busy.
be ready.
They've taken a lot of precautions. And very good ones as well, where everyone who is at a first aid station during this thing has a direct line to emergency services. There's
That's
no
good.
waiting through anything.
Yeah.
There are, at least along the half marathon or marathon or whatever they have to run for an Ironman,
Ew.
there's going to be several checkpoints where
Yeah.
there'll be city buses or Van Gelders that have AC cranked, so people can stop in there if they don't care about placing.
Yeah.
Which hopefully most people don't care about placing this weekend. But to cool down and everything, they've pretty much tripled the amount of water that they were originally going to have, because they know people are going to be taking a bottle and just dumping it on themselves.
Yep.
So they got that covered. There's they have cooling stations that'll be everywhere that have the mist, and there'll be damp cold towels and stuff like that, or face towels and stuff. So they're doing the right things, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting one.
I mean,
Just see
thankfully
what happens.
the people that are like doing that are obviously in shape, but
You'd hope so.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
hey,
You'd hope they've been
Hey,
training for
dude.
a while.
Hey, first of all, round's a shape. Okay?
Round is a shape,
Yeah,
And it goes in the square hole.
it does.
depending on size. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah,
I've seen it
man.
happen.
As somebody who's done like a Tough Mudder before, like I can't like, and that was difficult enough. I cannot imagine doing an Ironman. Like that is insane.
I'm looking it up. Yeah, what is an Ironman? So it's a long distance triathlon, obviously, because there's a running.
Superhero
What?
Marvel Universe.
Also that, yeah, it is a running, bicycling, and swimming stuff. So it is a 2.4 mile swim,
Oh
a 112 mile bike ride, and a 26.2 mile run,
pass,
which is a full marathon, by the way.
dude. Sir, you got to get out of the water. No, I'm not getting out of the water.
In order to complete an Ironman, athletes must finish all 3 legs of the race within a set time limit. Typically, it's 17 hours.
Good God.
But some people do it sooner. The guy, one of the guys who's like, I think he's running the volunteer section. He normally does it. He's like, yeah, I usually do it in like 4.5 hours.
What?
No.
What?
How? Thankfully for the swimming portion, with all the rain we've gotten last week, like current should be moving pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And the water shouldn't be too terribly cold given the heat, but I think you do want it somewhat cold.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. So it goes swimming, biking, then a marathon.
Good God. Yeah, so the earliest, coolest part of the day, you're in the water.
You're in the water. I mean, granted, it's still 80 degrees tomorrow morning, and it'll be heated up all day.
But
all night, really. I mean,
if I rode a bike for 112 miles and then ran 26 miles, which would never happen, either of those things, even
can't really
not
see
back to back, let
any
alone
of us doing that.
Yeah, let alone just by itself. God, I would want to get in the water last, like cool off, man. Although it's probably so hard to swim after you've done that.
Your legs are going to be fried by the marathon.
How do you run 26 miles after you biked for 112 and swam for 2.5?
So, okay. The
How
way
do you
I'm
physically
looking at
do
it
that?
is swimming is you can switch between arms and legs a little bit or do both.
Yeah.
Biking, you are not pedaling constantly,
Yeah, you can't take a break.
but you can still coast. And then I don't know. Like my legs are still jelly by then. So,
Dude, my legs would be jelly after trying to swim for 2.5 miles. I don't even think I could do that.
Swimming. So I have swam 1.5 miles continuously before. And then granted, that was when I was much younger.
Yeah.
This is like 20 years ago.
Right.
I was in much better shape. It sucked, but it was fine.
Right.
I was tired, but it wasn't like my legs were giving out.
Well, and at least, like, I guess in the water, too, like, if you do need to take a break, you can just kind of float there.
But it really depends if they're wearing wetsuits or not. Not everyone does.
Oh.
But the wetsuits that they're providing have, like, a buoyancy element to them.
Yeah.
So that'll help for some people. I don't know. Like, this is probably some dude's Tuesday who's doing this tomorrow. So, I mean, even with the heat.
Dude, I go to the gym on the stationary bike, and for 30 minutes, I can probably bike like 16, 17 miles, and I am absolutely gassed.
But you are pedaling the whole time.
Yeah, I am pedaling the whole time. But, like, for me, it'd be like the worst part is, like, sitting on the damn seat for that long. That shit is not comfortable. Then again, it is at a gym and not, on some nice bike, I guess, technology-wise.
Ideally, it's a nice bike.
Yeah.
For this.
It's a BMX bike. I'm just going to go 112 miles on it.
I just took the pegs off for more aerodynamics.
Yeah. Ugh. Dude.
How do I know? There's a Oh, this is from an official Iron Man website. How do I know if I'm ready for an Iron Man?
I feel like if you're asking, you're not. You know?
Yeah. Okay. No, this is not a full Iron Man. This is a 70.3 Iron Man that's happening. So it is a little bit different. It's halvesies.
That's half?
No. What I told you was a full Iron Man.
Oh.
We're doing 70.3 Iron Man. So it's half on everything. Half mile, 1.2 mile swim, which is still a lot.
That is a lot.
A 56-mile bike, still a lot. And then
Yeah.
a half marathon, which is still a lot.
Yeah. Fuck that.
I'm sweating already. Just you talking about it.
Just thinking about it.
So if you're considering doing an Ironman 70.3 triathlon, think about your current fitness level, athletic background, motivation, goals, the time available to train, and support system. So you have to ask yourself a few key questions. Have you done any distance triathlon previously?
No.
Okay. If not, that's okay. Some athletes will do an Ironman 70.3 as their first triathlon. However, there's a much higher likelihood of having an enjoyable experience, especially if you're a beginner, if you do a shorter distance race first, like a sprint or Olympic.
You won't hate your life as much if you actually train before you do it.
Do you have any single sport experience?
Oh, that's interesting.
Do you have any single sport experience?
I do.
I'm asking.
No.
Okay. If not, that's all right.
Okay.
If not, that's all right. If not,
Okay.
that's all right. But you'll need to learn a lot of the basics of each sport, practice good form and technique, stick with a consistent training schedule, and fuel your efforts properly with adequate hydration and nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
Is it what type of training? That's really the only. You only have to ask yourself 2 questions.
That's it.
That's it.
I guess
The
I've
third
never-
question is, do you really want to do this?
Yeah.
But if you have it, that's okay.
I've never been in a single sport, so I guess I can't. I don't qualify. Sorry.
If not, no. If not, that's all right.
No, I can't, Adam. I can't do it.
If not,
most
that's
ta-
okay.
No,
The
no,
most taxing-
I can't do it.
I mean, not with that attitude. The most taxing single sport I probably played was football, and they don't just constantly run around
Those
like
aren't distance
American
running,
football,
yeah.
not football.
Football.
That's just too much running for your boy. I am like Gimli. I'm dangerous in short distances.
Very dangerous over short distances.
A lot of baseball. Obviously, I'm going to go golf tomorrow, and I'm going to ride around in a cart. I'm not even going to walk it.
Well, if you're decent at hitting, you're running at least 90 feet in baseball. So
Yeah,
that's
that was all right. You know,
how many? Okay, hold on. Next question for myself here is, how many feet are in a half marathon?
A lot.
So it's really, I mean, if you're running 90 feet, let's take that a number minus 90. So you only would have to run an additional 69,127.5 feet.
sweet.
So
Sweet.
Let's take that number and divide that by 90. So you're running only an extra 768 bases.
Sweet.
If you look at it that way.
So, like, to me, it's like if I could just hit the ball out of, over the wall, then it's just a nice jog around the bases.
So 768 bases divided by 4. You're only hitting you have to hit 192 home runs.
That's it.
That's
Plus,
doable, right?
plus an extra 90 feet because I already subtracted that from the other
Yep.
number.
Yep.
So 192 home runs in a single gets you a half marathon.
What's really fun, too, is like when you get older and you just play softball and you hit a home run, you just have to run to first base, and then you just go back to the dugout. So it's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
Hard
Well,
pass.
Math.
Yeah,
Good.
math.
I saw
Dude,
Sammy
I'm telling
Sosa yesterday. Speaking of baseball,
Yeah.
because he's in the Cubs Hall of Fame. Is that what it is? Is that what it was?
Sammy?
The-
Are you talking
they're
about Mr.
finally,
Sosa?
yeah, they're finally welcoming him back to the Cubs. I feel like they blacklisted him for a bit too long.
But
I mean, I get
he
it,
was
steroids and all that.
Never officially banned. He just didn't want to come to Wrigley.
But yeah, I don't think they treated him that well.
And
At least,
I don't blame him for not wanting to come to Wrigley.
Yeah,
Because I think
yeah.
he was,
And I think it was the older ownership until the Ricketts came, and then it was like, I think they got a little bit of pressure to be like, come on, man. Like, I'm not down with the cheating, but like, everybody was doing it then. So
Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe in. I mean,
yeah.
fuck it.
Well, with that said, he looks much better nowadays than he has in the last few years.
I haven't
healthier.
seen him recently.
Mm-hmm.
He looks a
should
lot
probably look
better.
That's good.
Yeah. I feel like that guy would do some shit for sure.
I'm sure he did.
Mentally. So he looks
sure he
better.
did.
He seems in better spirits.
That's good. Is he, well, I'm going to leave that one alone.
Yeah. That's why I was saying.
I think you guys know what I'm talking about.
He
I
looks
do.
better. He looks better.
Okay, good. That's good.
He looks healthier.
That's good.
So I'm happy for him. Anyway.
Don't cork your bats, kids.
Yeah, don't go.
Yeah. Don't
Don't
take
take
steroids.
Or
Are you
Unless you're
watching
doing
watching
Iron Man.
back-to-back 600 home run seasons? Only player to ever do it. Was really fun to watch, but yeah, let's not.
600?
Yeah. Or 60. Did I say 600?
Yeah,
60.
I was like,
Back-to-back 600.
I was
He
like,
could run a
Dustin,
marathon.
I don't know a lot
Steroid
about.
era was wild.
I don't know a lot about baseball, but I don't think that was correct.
No, he's got over 600 home run.
He does.
Back-to-back 60 home run seasons.
That was fun. I mean,
I
like,
remember
let's be honest. Watching him and McGuire go at it every game is,
Yeah.
Bro, that was fun.
it's like
That's-
Ohtani and Trout.
That's an era I was pretty into baseball. I can't lie.
Hard not to be.
I respect baseball a lot, for sure. Like I will always have a love of baseball. I just don't watch it. I don't watch it.
Which
guess
is
that's
why,
really.
with what Cal Raleigh is doing right now, is wild for the
Bro.
Mariners.
Who did you
Yeah,
say? Who was
29.
Cal
Cal Raleigh, big dumper.
that? Cal Kistis?
Yeah.
The
He's,
Jedi Warrior?
He's the catcher for the Seattle Mariners.
Oh.
He's got an ass.
Yeah, he's 29 home runs? He hit 2
Yep.
against the Cubs yesterday.
Yes, he did. Well, I mean, it is June, and
Yeah, so he's on pace for almost 60.
yeah. Well, I mean, we're not
Probably
at the All-Star
over.
break. We got another week or two before the All-Star break.
Yeah, it's usually around the 4th of July, like first, second week of July,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, he yeah, dude, that's insane.
Good for him.
All the power he generates is from his ass.
Yeah, big dumper.
For those who don't know, that's literally his nickname.
Yeah,
Big dumper.
Big dumper.
typically catchers got a bigger trunk.
They squatting, bro.
Yeah.
They got the glutes.
They squatting.
I'm as a Cubs fan, I'm just really excited about what Pete Crow Armstrong's been doing, and
Dude.
Kyle Tucker, and Seiya Suzuki.
Dude.
These are all players on the Cubs, Chris. By the way,
I knew the last one was the Cubs player. The other two,
Seiya Suzuki,
no idea. Yeah.
Pete Crow Armstrong, PCA. You might hear more about
Is
him.
he related to BJ Armstrong?
Yes.
All right. Cool.
His mom isn't she the mother in what's that movie? You gotta float it.
Rookie of the year.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
His mom,
yes.
like the mother in that movie, is his actual mother.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was his destiny
dude-
at that point.
Ashley Crow.
Mm-hmm.
That's just destiny.
Our listeners are probably bored by this
Also,
because
little
we normally
bigly.
talk about video games, but
It's a little bigly.
he's already hit 20 home runs and has over 20 stolen bases. Like he's before the All-Star break. This dude is
he's
legit.
real fast.
Our dear
Yes.
listeners, let me tell you something. And there's times where we've talked in the podcast where they've talked about sports and they've gone into it. Your boy here, I just zone out. And then I'm like looking at stuff because I have nothing to add to the conversation. But I'm listening, waiting for it to be done so that I can also then interject and help. So I feel you if you're also not a sports fan.
Yeah.
But I love
Sorry.
these two and I let them go because they need to
just-
talk about it.
I just love baseball so much.
I know you do. That's why I would never interrupt and say, "Hey, we talk about all games, and baseball is a game."
This is your version of my Dead by Daylight.
I get it. That's why I don't talk about it that much, man. I get it. I do. I 100% understand that. So like I could talk about Dragon Ball Z with Dusty, like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
I'm like, I've heard some of these characters. Couldn't tell you what they look like. I've tried. I failed.
Oh boy.
And that was Sports Corner.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, when do you buy an Elden Ring, bro?
I don't know.
I think he already owns it. Elden Ring?
I mean, I do own Elden Ring.
Night
Ring, yeah.
I don't know. Sometime. I got Oblivion.
That's fair.
It's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Misty's back into Baldur's Gate, so we're doing another playthrough. That's a good time.
Yeah.
Got Balatro.
Well, because I know Night Ring costs money, so what I've advised is to check out a demo of a game called Jump Ship, though, which is free right now. It's also a co-op game for up to 4 players.
It's been added to my library.
Because I think us 3 and get Benjamin in would have a blast playing that demo. And then hopefully when the game comes out, because I was very much enjoying it.
What is that game like again?
There's no release date?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a release date. I think it's this year sometime. But it's just like it's a co-op mission-based space game where, you know, you take control of the ship and you fly and do missions, and I think the story is like you're trying to build up the revolution to go against like the machines or whatever, like and you could do missions in different like quadrants and stuff, and a lot of it is in the spaceship, but there are times you have to land or get out of your ship and then like go into a place to grab something, and you fight with guns and everything, and it's really cool. Like it was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be when I first was reading into it. So,
does everybody have like a role when you're on the ship?
You can assign it ahead of time, but nobody is like, I'm the pilot or stuff like that. So it's like,
yeah,
I'll fly.
Yeah, I'll fly a pilot. So like Ben wasn't keen on the flying because like he felt it gave him a little bit of motion sickness. So I was like, no problem, I'll do it. And I loved the flying. I thought it was a lot of fun. So we also had like a little robot helper who just automatically does stuff. I don't know if you can assign him roles or not, but like he would take the gunner position if he needed help doing that. And then like if we get hit, our ship would be on fire. So Ben would have to like go outside of the ship and take the fire out, or we're out of ammo. So Ben would have to go to like the 3D printer and make ammunition to fill up the thing. And then sometimes we'd get a hit by an invader mine, which there's just enemies that would invade our ship, and then Ben would have to fight them off while I'm piloting the ship still and fighting things. Like,
oh, that's cool.
So at times it was a little like chaotic, and but it was a really great time for the little bit that we played.
Said,
so
because I like Destiny 2 and Halo, that the Master Chief Collection specifically, because I think that's the one I have on Steam, that I would enjoy this game. And it sounds like it's those mixed with a game called FTL, which came out way back, but was very similar in the fact that you're on a ship. I forget what the story was, but you're on a ship, you're piloting, you get attacked sometimes, your ship lights on fire. It's like a management sim in a way.
Okay. And this is just more co-op.
This seems to be more co-op-y and
a little bit like that.
first-person-y.
So it's not like Elite. It's not like Elite Dangerous at all.
No,
right?
not to that advanced level. Like there are hints of when I'm flying the ship where it feels like Elite Dangerous. Like I'm not first person. Like I'm like when you're flying the ship, you're third person and you're piloting. Okay. But it's like the ship controls were. It's not like too like advanced where you got to like make sure you're doing things like correctly and everything, but it felt good.
Okay.
To pilot the ship, and I think I was playing on keyboard and mouse, but I'm sure it'd be just as good on a controller. If you played on a controller on computer, but I really enjoyed it. And me and Ben, like, I just was like, hey, you want to try this out? Like the other week, and hours went by and it was like nothing. And it was like, oh, the demo's over, but you could still
it's
play.
A time suck. Right.
Yeah, and like it would still allow you to play it, and like you could do these missions over and over. Like there was this one mission we had to disable this like big like freighter ship, where you like shoot like things on the side of it and disable it, but then like enemies would like ships would come out and attack you, and it was like chaos for a bit. I'm sitting there trying to fight the enemies, dodge missiles and stuff. Ben's taking fire out and killing enemies. Our robot friend's doing what he thinks he needs to do, and we won, but it was just like, it was a pretty chaotic 20 minutes for a bit there. So, I could see so much potential on what you can do on like upgrades to your ship. You can do what if you could buy new ships, upgrade your base, like all that. Like I can just see that being that kind of game. And I don't know if that's what they're going to do, but I can see that, being part of it though.
When you're outside of the ship, are you in first person?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if you could do third person. I think I wish they would allow you to be third person, but when you're outside the ship, you are. When you're inside of the ship, like not in the pilot seat or the gunner seat, you're first person.
You're in first person. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I downloaded it, so I got it on my computer now.
Dustin, I know you will love it. I know that.
It's up my alley.
It's up your alley, and obviously, Adam, I know I have a feeling you will also like it.
I probably would,
but yeah, it was really fun, and I would recommend it.
Jump ship.
Mm-hmm.
Jump ship.
Yeah, and it's just in beta right now.
Like
demo,
I don't know. It's
beta,
just a demo. I don't know if it's
kind of
beta.
a
I don't
thing.
think they have beta or anything like that. Like I also don't know when the game's out if it'll be like full out or like early access or something. I'm not sure. But,
Okay, so it's that early on right now.
yeah, right now it's just the demo. I don't know. I don't think they're saying it's early access though.
I would say I first started hearing about it like maybe 2 weeks ago. So it might be very recent.
Yeah, I can't remember where I first heard of it. I had it in my wish list for a long time. And then it was like, hey, by the way, the demo's out. And it's like, oh.
I'll check it out. Yeah.
One of the oldest threads on Reddit that I can find for it was 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So,
it must have got announced. It must have got announced somewhere. I just don't remember where. And I'm probably like, oh, that looks cool. So.
It's from Keepsake?
Yeah, so I don't know what other games they've done. Really,
they helped with It Takes Two.
Yeah, they helped with that. It Takes Two, which I mean, cool about that. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. A lot of fun with it.
So they've some of the things they've worked on and helped with was Minecraft, It Takes Two, Mirror's Edge, Toka Hair Salon 4, A Way Out, Goat Simulators, Brothers, and Wolfenstein New Order.
I don't think this company helped with that. I think people that work at the company were part of this.
We're part of those.
Yes, based on what I can tell from on their website right now, it's like Philip Coriano's game director, founding member of Hazelight. Claire's Engel, founding member of Hazelight, who does like It Takes Two and
art director
and stuff. Yeah, so it's like, and then like Daniel Kaplan's founding member of Mojang, who does Minecraft. So it's like
Tobias.
It's like these are some bitchin' people. I'm gonna say, like have a good reputation, but
yeah, it's 5 dudes.
Yeah. But yeah,
now they're 16 strong.
It was scratching an itch for me when I was playing it, and it's like, Dustin, I was playing it and I was even telling Ben, I was like, man, this makes me want to install Elite Dangerous like right now. And I'm like, I'm not going to, because like, man, I will get lost in that game, but.
Right. Have to get fuel brought to you again.
They're from Sweden.
All right. I'm into that.
Yeah.
And Tobias is, like Chris said, was one of the dudes who made Minecraft, so it's got something right. He's also in the Minecraft movie.
Yeah, I've heard that's good. I haven't seen it, but
it's fun. It's a kids movie.
Yeah,
like,
it's not. We're not the demographic for sure.
No, but like a lot of people are like, oh, like even for a kids movie, it could be better. I'm like, do these fucking people not remember what kids movies are like when we were kids?
No shit. Yeah.
Theodore Rex. Anybody?
Bro,
Go look up the trailer for Theodore Rex. I challenge every single one of you after you listen to this. Go watch Theodore Rex and see what you say after that.
I've had this conversation with people when they're talking like video game movies. It's like, we don't need this. We don't need this. It's like you're not the demographic, dude. Like, and even like Sonic the Hedgehog, they're actually good. Like,
first one was really good.
All three of them are pretty good. Like, they really are. And like, I know there are bad video game adaptations. Don't get me wrong. Like 100%. Like, look at like all the what's that dude's name that like did all those like Uwe all those garbage movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bad reputation, but there are like things are getting better, and they're actually.
We're getting an A24 Elden Ring movie, guys. It'll be all right.
And I hope that's good too, man. Like.
The director's on his 7th playthrough right now, or at least the last time he did an interview talked about it.
Yep.
Hell yeah, and he's like, "You summons are there." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, brother."
He understands.
One of us.
Dude, I'm on the Elden Ring kick, and I'm playing it separately, and I'm doing like colossal weapons.
I still play Elden Ring.
Yeah, I'm not doing summons. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I've beaten this game already. I have nothing to prove.
So. I have a theory. This is completely off topic with what we were just talking about, but it's just springing to mind, and I wanna run it past you guys. So we've all seen Andor season 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
True story. Yes. Yeah.
We won't, and don't worry, I'm not gonna spoil anything. But the entire time, through these 2 seasons, Cassian Andor, the title character, has the Briar pistol, which is the starting pistol you have in the Dark Forces games. At the end of season 2, again, this is not a spoiler, but he no longer has the Briar pistol, and it's a conscious choice that he did not take it, so he left it. It's not like he lost it; he left it, right? What if we see Kyle Katarn come into play now, and he gets the Briar pistol, and he becomes like Dash Rendar for and he's the merged Dash Rendar and Kyle Katarn?
I'm in, man. Like, I think
there's one major plot point that I am leaving out intentionally because it would be spoilery.
Yeah.
Incredibly spoilery. But I don't know. That's my shot calling right now. Like, we're still probably many years out before that ever gets announced, but that in my head canon, that's what happens. Kyle
That's what's going to happen.
Gets the pistol.
I mean, that would be cool.
And I mean, I called my shot with Chris Evans being in Deadpool 3 in the role he's in.
Yeah.
And I'm talking years in advance. I called that one. So this is my next big project, I think.
I like it.
Also, go watch Andor.
Yes. Go watch both seasons of Andor.
It's all good. I mean, it's really like, even if you don't like Star Wars, you should.
It's not a Star Wars show.
No.
Yeah.
It happens to take place in Star Wars.
It's not. Yeah. I guess to pivot off that, it's not what you think Star Wars is. What most people believe Star Wars to be, Jedis and stuff like that. Like, it's actually like the Empire and like political stuff, like what Star Wars
it's fucking awesome
is, also. So, yeah, I highly recommend it.
The way they take care of a lot of characters for the ending, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Speaking of Star Wars, I want to ask you guys a question. This is just a little, just a little question. Would you consider Darth Vader horror?
I mean, yeah.
Keep in mind that just because something's scary doesn't mean it's horror.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say no.
Oh, I thought you called him a whore.
Oh no, horror, like a horror genre.
Oh, okay, because he does Daddy Palpatine's business for him.
Yeah.
0 questions.
Yeah.
sex work is real work. I'm just throwing that. I'm not calling
It
him
is.
a whore and
No, you're
being
right.
bad or anything
No,
like
you're
that.
right.
But
you're
you know,
right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Sorry. Okay, horror
Horror.
genre.
Yeah, because I was gonna say he is obviously scary, but I don't consider him horror. No.
Okay.
Depends how you use them.
True.
Okay. I only asked.
There are times.
I only
Okay.
asked that because the rumor mill is spinning in Dead by Daylight that they're gonna add Darth Vader to that, and then people are like, that's awesome. And in me, I'm like, I'm not gonna be upset if it happens, but it's like, he's not horror, so.
Oh, okay. There are some games that are out there that we have, well, mostly have all played, where he is involved in ways, and it's one of the things where you know he's out there, around there, but you don't know where he is and when he could show up. That does get a little terrifying.
Yeah, but that's like scary. Like again, in my mind, it's like something scary doesn't mean it's horror, you know?
Right. But
So-
I guess what I'm trying to say is like, because like there have been times where some games I'm playing, like I know I've seen him or interacted with him, and now he's not there, but he's around. I know he's around. That actually kind of plays directly into a killer for Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, I can see it. I don't know.
I'm just personally sitting here thinking, like, how are you going to nerf him so badly in a way that he would even be, you know, in
How do you
Dead
balance
by
him?
Daylight?
I mean,
because he is so powerful.
Well, they got Vecna in that shit, and they got him like nerfed, bro. They put him, they got like dampeners or something on him story wise. Like,
There's ways.
Yeah,
He's low
like
on midichlorians.
They'll figure something out. But it's just like for me, it's like
He's remembering Padme.
it's not that I'm a purist on the game by any means. You know, the game's got a fucking Nicolas Cage in it, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah.
But it's just like, man, I would still like the actual killers to be horror adjacent still.
Yeah.
And
I
don't, just because, and my mind goes, and I've said already, it's like, just because something is scary doesn't mean it's a horror, you know, genre.
True.
Can Darth Vader be scary? Absolutely. You know, you're the breathing and stuff like that. That could be scary. Don't get me wrong. But, yeah. So sorry, just pivoted on that because
it's also the same game that has Matthew Lillard screaming in your face, right?
Yeah, but that's also Five Nights at Freddy.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it makes sense. I'm just,
Yeah.
got Nicolas Cage, it's got Matthew Lillard in it. Throw fucking Anakin in there. Why not?
But they're survivors, right? So
no, Matthew Lillard's like it's a legendary skin for the Five Nights at Freddy, like the Springtrap.
Oh,
that's from the movie. So
Okay.
like, yeah, and it's like they have Lara Croft in it. You know, like I that's what I'm saying. Like I get there are things in the game that are not horror genre. I 100%. You know, I just don't want it to turn into Fortnite, basically.
I was gonna
you know,
say, you don't
like,
want to have Hank Hill doing
Exactly. Yeah, dude.
Fortnite
Like then,
dances.
like where are we going at that point? You know, like I still want it to like fit the mold in a way. And with that said, that's what I said. Like if they added him, I'm not gonna be like, well, this is stupid. Like I understand.
yeah.
I'll be fine. But
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
They could do it. If they,
Right.
I mean, I trust them to do it right.
we'll see. But like, yeah,
That's the rumor mill.
that's what I mean. Yeah, it's a rumor mill because like Darth Vader. I mean, like Disney's just like here, throw Star Wars and things like. They did fucking AI, Darth Vader AI voice in Fortnite, which is bullshit, but whatever.
not a fan of that.
No.
Yeah. I mean, okay, to play devil's advocate, James Earl Jones did lend his voice to be used for AI purposes. It's a gray area-ish.
It is a
but-
gray area.
I mean, I guess if you do lend your voice, like if you do agree to it, I don't know. I feel like there's other voice actors out there who could take a stab at it. You're never going to be James Earl Jones.
Also,
but
this is me just not. I mean, looking into specifics on what the terms were for that contract or whatever he signed to sign his voice rights away. There could be, who knows how many stipulations in there that were not done properly by Epic. So, I'm just saying all I'm saying is he did lend his voice to be utilized this way. And that was Star Wars Dead by Daylight and Fortnite Corner.
We We got Star Wars, and
Wrapped up.
it just popped in my head. And as somebody who's
it's-
outside of the game, and I'm like, what would you guys think on this? So, speaking of video games, though, right after we recorded last time on Sunday, the Xbox Developer Showcase for the summer came up, and I think they did pretty good overall.
Yeah.
I think they had some really good things. I don't know if you guys had a chance to fully look at everything that was shown.
I'm looking at the image of where it just has all the titles that they talked about.
I will say right off the bat that I don't think I jumped out of my chair as fast as when Grounded 2 was announced, because I was not expecting that in the slightest. And I fucking love Grounded, man.
Different.
It's, I mean, obviously they're going to have like, story wise, it's like a couple years afterwards. It's like set in 94, I think. And it's like in a big park instead of like a backyard. And from the little bit that they showed, they're going to have like mounts, like you can like ride an ant or a spider or something like that. So, but it's just like they're gonna have like a ton, like different enemies. Like there's a scorpion they showed. There's gonna be like a cooler somewhere that's like you can go into. It's like basically like snow biome in a way, and
so it is a continuation.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
It's the same characters from before.
Okay.
Years, a couple years afterwards. So like I don't know, obviously like what transpired.
Right.
And it's not fully out at the end of next month, but it's early access at the end of July, which is like,
well, they released the first one that way too, didn't they?
Yeah, they did early access. Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. Because I remember I was talking to Ben about it. I was like, Ben, you're gonna play this with me? And he's like, yep. And I'm like, all right, cool. Because like we had played it beta, I think, when it like first came out, like before early access, and I was still it was very like if I could watch myself play that game then to like what it is now, it's like a world of difference.
The world is a vampire. Sorry, I don't know why my head went there, but
I did not expect that.
Yeah, but it's I mean, I was pretty surprised, and it's obviously Obsidian's making it, but they're also in conjunction with Eidos Montreal, so it's like a co-op effort. But
cool, really
looking forward to trying it out and seeing what's different, and it looked pretty good polish to it already. And granted, I'm sure they're working off the bones from the previous game,
the first one.
The architecture, but it's got good bones. It does for sure. And I know I spoke highly about Grounded. It's like I don't know. It's a game that had grabbed me in such a way that like I could play that anytime. It's so fun, and I just want to continue that fun.
We also have. Did we need a High on Life too?
I mean, no.
And is Justin Roiland doing the voices still?
I don't think so, but who knows?
Okay.
I don't think he's involved with anything with that.
Yeah, that would be an insane choice.
Was he blacklisted?
I think so.
Okay, that was probably for the best, but
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's not doing he hasn't done anything for years, it looks like. So, which is good. Because gross.
Then I'm assuming because there's a bunch of titles here without any sub title, I guess, for lack of a better term. But we have an Elder Scrolls Online, we have a Fallout 76, a Sea of Thieves. Those are all getting new content, I'm assuming.
Yeah, the only one I really know about is like Fallout 76 is like they're adding like a fishing. It's called like Gone Fission. Play on words.
Well
the Elder Scrolls one also, I don't play Elder Scrolls Online, but it looked like something that you like craft a whole new story on something. They showed like having a pet of some sort. I don't know.
We'll you can create your own story. Yeah.
Something like that.
What else?
There was one game. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. You all you, man.
Well, I was saying, I know right before we started recording, I was like, I really want you guys to look at this trailer for Clockwork Revolution, because like that game looks so fucking cool.
Is it
That one does look fun.
Made by who did BioShock?
No, it's not made. It's not made by Irrational. No, because they're the Ken Levine's doing Judas next.
That's what it is. Okay, like the font looks so BioShocky.
Yeah, I thought it literally was like
like a new BioShock.
Like I like the whole time I was like, the fuck, this is like BioShock Infinite vibes. It's made by In Exile Entertainment, which was founded in 2002. So they've done the Wasteland series.
Oh.
They did The Bard's Tale in 2004. And then they're doing this game, Clockwork Revolution. So
all right.
But it looks like, I mean, there's no release date for it, which is wild because like the whole trailer, it's like, how is this game not out already? Like, this looks pretty
finished.
well. It looks very finished, which is good in my opinion, because it's like, okay, they're putting some love into this, but yeah. They partnered with Shapeshifter Games to develop the game, and Shapeshifter Games was a studio founded by former Volition developers.
Okay.
So that makes a little bit of sense too, and that's the company did like Saints Row and Red Faction and
great games.
Great games, but they just like butchered that like last Saints Row, unfortunately.
Was that them though?
I don't think that was their fault. No, but it was.
I know it definitely wasn't the same people who did the first three, but I mean,
it was that developer though. But yeah, I don't think it was their fault. It flopped. I think it was just like corporate shit.
Felt that way.
Yeah, trying to reach a wider audience.
Yeah,
and by doing so, reached way less people.
Yeah. Another one that looked really awesome was Chronos: The New Dawns. That's the made by the people that did shit. What did they do? I had it in my head right before this, and now I'm blanking. It's Bloober Team. Oh yeah, so they did the Silent Hill 2 remake.
Yeah.
They're doing the Silent Hill 1 remake, which got announced last week too, by the way.
Yes, they did.
Which is awesome. That's that's the first one I've ever played. Layers of Fear, Blair Witch, things like that. So, look pretty cool. Survival horror game. I dig those kind of games, so I'm in.
I'm enjoying the hell out of RE4 remake. So
as you should. It's a really good game. It's also really long.
It really is.
But
it really is. Leon.
Yeah, she's way less annoying.
Yeah, she is. It's so much better than the original.
Big quality of life improvement.
Some Final Fantasy stuff looks like.
Yeah, so the Final Fantasy stuff is they were never been on Xbox before, right?
Right.
So now the Final Fantasy Remake Intergrade is going to be on Xbox, and then they shadow dropped 16 that day.
The complete edition.
Mm-hmm. I said I'd play that. I heard it's good.
There's also Gears of War Reloaded. Is it just the first game?
I think so.
Okay.
But that's
great game. If you haven't played that somehow,
and
it will also be on PlayStation, correct?
Mm-hmm. Double Fine's new game Keeper, which they didn't show a lot, but basically you're a lighthouse that can move. I don't know.
All right.
They did Psychonauts. I know it's like some hallucinogenic
Tim Schafer stuff.
Like, yeah, it's some Tim Schafer shit, man. Like 100%. One game that looked really fun and cool was like Super Meat Boy 3D. Platformer. It looked just like a hardcore like Super Mario game, to be honest.
Okay, so like it's basically like Mario 64, just Super Meat Boy.
Kind of, yeah.
I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
And
Super Meat Boy is a lot of fun if you've never played that.
Yeah, Super Meat Boy is a lot of fun. Old school, but it's like the platformer kind of game before they got like really popular.
This Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy. Is this the third game, or is this like a?
It's a prequel, isn't it?
I think it's before. Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the universe. I do know that, but
I have both the first two. I've been meaning to play both of them because I keep hearing nothing but good things about them.
Yeah.
It hasn't made its way into there yet for me. Maybe this will kick me into it. Ninja Gaiden 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, was it Ben who said that, like, if you're into Ninja Gaiden, I think this is up your alley. I've never played, I mean, maybe the very, very first Ninja Gaiden, but I've definitely never beaten it.
I've never played any of them before.
They are difficult.
They are very difficult. I mean, as a kid, I thought they were very difficult. I'm assuming older. They're still difficult. I just don't know.
You might be able to have a better handle on it.
Yeah.
Unless you do the Ninja Gaiden Black ones. Those are newer and also super difficult. What else? Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 finally coming out. Remake.
Yep. Well, that was announced a couple months ago, but then like the demo's out now. That was like a shadow drop for their demo.
Foundry is the level they have it on. What else?
The DLC for Indiana Jones was announced. Order of Giants. Still gotta play that at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I keep looking at the Kronos logo font that they use, and it looks like Kronkos.
I misspelled it when I was putting it in the doc, and I had to look at it, and I'm like, that's not.
No. I'm on the Xbox like website, and I'm looking at the logo right now. It looks like it says Kronkos.
What if it is?
I didn't even see it on the docket, but Walter Kronkos and the New Dawn.
Nice.
What if they misspelled it?
They might have. And then Black Ops 7, yay. Mason's back. You guys, the numbers.
Dude, I gotta tell you, someone who watched that developer showcase live, and then this was hyped, like something was hyped up at the end, and it was like,
and one more thing.
We got one more thing, and I was like, oh, dude, it looks so good. I was like, what could this be? What could this be? And it was like Black Ops. I was like, what the, fuck this. I was so upset.
If we get Blackout 2, I might be back in.
Man.
Yeah.
Maybe.
God. Bring back Blackout, you cowards.
But also the robot was there in the trailer. I don't know if you guys watched the trailer or not, but the robot from like 5 was in it. So like maybe their wall running's coming back again. Who knows? And Outer Worlds 2, an $80 game.
Dude, they're missing the mark on this game. I don't know why they think it's worth $80. And I never played the first one, Dustin. I know you have.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one game that I was excited to see, but yeah, not for $80. I mean, not if they
really have to do something.
Yeah.
Well, the thing
they would
too,
really have to do something.
Is that when they showed the stuff after the series, after the showcase, they had like an Obsidian like showcase right afterwards, basically, and it showed Outer Worlds 2 and had Ben Schwartz in it. And it was funny, but then like he's making fun of capitalism. But then it's like, but then you're making the game fucking $80.
I guess Avowed didn't do that well.
Huh? Yeah, I
mean, yes. Given the studio that is doing Outer Worlds 2, and given what the first game is about,
yeah,
and,
exactly,
and Fallout New Vegas is about,
yeah,
it's interesting.
$80 is seeming to miss every mark on that decision. But what do I know?
And the problem is, like, I mean, the first one is a lot. I really much enjoyed the first one. I think it's a lot of fun. Game. But it just, you need all the DLCs with it in order. Like, it has to be longer. Like, you need more to it. Like, the game, there's just not enough there to warrant
felt like
that.
A good attempt at coming back kind of after being in the shadows for a while for Obsidian.
Well, and like, maybe that's not their decision too. Like, just like devil's advocate. Like, that's Microsoft, I'm sure.
Also true.
You know,
very true.
But it also go ahead. Sorry.
If street magician Randy Pitchford can back down on $80,
we were literally about to say the same thing, and I was like, "Well, with that said, Borderlands went to $70 now," and it's like, man, it's like I feel like that was just like a marketing stunt at this point. But,
almost 100%. That was his sleight of hand, if you will.
I think we theorized that would probably happen on the last episode, didn't
I'm
we?
I'm pretty sure we did.
I don't know. With his response, it makes me not even want to pay the $70. To be honest,
like, I'll wait for it to go on sale because it will go on sale
100%, and that's when we'll play it.
But I also want to see what the collector's edition is about because I do have the other collector's edition.
Yeah,
one of those things, you know.
Like, what are you gonna get with it?
Right.
It's a sweet canvas bag.
I want a Firehawk Fleshlight, you guys. Make it happen, Randy.
Found the title for the episode.
Indeed.
Make it happen, Randy. You know you have one, Randy.
I know he does. Look at him. That dude definitely owns one.
He's like a one of one.
I'm gonna make my cum disappear. Anyway,
what was that? Sorry.
Nothing. Don't worry.
Moving on.
Ugh.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm excited to see what Outer Worlds 2 is going to be. I mean, I liked some of the improvements they're making. I liked some of the quirkiness that they debuted. But yeah, I mean, I'm not paying $80 for that game. You'd have to prove to me that there's more game there to warrant something like that.
Could also be a PR stunt, and they back it down to 70. I don't know.
Sure.
Well, I mean, it's just to your guys' point earlier, like knowing what the first game was about, you know, and the story, and them actually like making fun of capitalism and stuff in like the showcase, and it's like $80. It's like
things that make you go, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, anyway,
what's that Fate's End about? Or Beast of Reincarnation?
I don't remember, to be quite honest. Okay. It was a really, like, they showed a lot of shit in the showcase.
There's what, 24 titles on here?
Yeah, so I think that was one of the ones I might have missed. But it's behind the team that made Spearfarer, which I know was pretty popular.
Okay. That's got some good stuff.
Aphelion might be good if I remember, because that's just that's Don't Nod. So they made like Life is Strange and stuff, and I remember.
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing that actually being like decent, but.
A new action RPG set in a post-apocalyptic Japan as the world has become consumed by corruption and overtaken by formidable beasts. I mean, that sounds cool.
Ghostwire Tokyo?
Right?
They also showed Mundane Two Hearts, which I'll have to watch again because this seems right up my alley, but it's a third-person tactical action adventure set on the Korean peninsula after reunification. It blends stealth, close quarters combat, and the emotionally driven storytelling to a seamless cinematic experience. So,
okay. There are no ghosts at the Grand, by the way.
I feel like that's a you and Misty game. I gotta be honest.
Trying to look for the still image from the trailer.
So you inherit a crumbling English hotel and restore it by day while battling ghosts at night.
I mean, just based off the picture I'm seeing here, I almost thought it was Splinter Cell at quick glance.
Oh, not you talking about the Korean game, not
the two
ghosts.
Sorry,
not
no,
the ghosts at
no.
the Grand. I'm like,
no.
Are we looking at the same thing here, Dustin? Because that's a cat, bro.
no, yeah, that was a bit different. That one I thought was Splinter Cell.
What a little guy too.
Yeah.
But they did really. I think Xbox really. Their past couple showcases, they've really showed up. So hopefully they're.
Have we talked about the hardware?
Have not yet. No.
Okay. We're at 58 minutes 30 seconds.
Yeah.
There's a handheld. Take that PS whatever and
Portal.
Steam Deck.
Portal and Steam Deck.
Portal.
Yeah. The
Portal.
Asus ROG Xbox Ally.
Asus.
Which I know I told you guys before we started recording about it. It was like it's kind of misleading if you look at it as like, oh, it's a handheld Xbox. Technically, yes, because it's just anything that you can play Xbox like anywhere games on, which is like just because you own it, a certain game on Xbox that's like
doesn't mean you
360
can play
or whatever.
it on this thing. Yeah.
So it's like it can be a little misleading if that's what you think it is. However, with that said, the fact that it seems like it can play Steam, you can install Discord on it, and other things like BattleNet, I know can be on it. It's like,
yep,
man, that's
all right.
That's pretty powerful if it's done right. So,
other leading third-party PC storefronts.
Yep.
What's the price point on this thing? Have they said
pricing? Pre-orders and more will follow in the coming months.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm guessing 500.
See, I mean, that's where, like, I understand, like, the PlayStation Portal is much less than that, but, like, it's like $200.
Yeah.
So it's just that I am happy that, like, we're getting more handhelds. Like, I think that's great. You just can't price it out of, like, I mean, I guess if you can do all what they're saying, I'd much rather own this than another Xbox.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, knowing Xbox and like their Game Pass catalog and stuff, like it's depending on the price point, it's just like so much value you can get from it. You know,
If that's what you're allowed to play, also.
Correct. Because, like, otherwise it's just pushing you into a Steam Deck once you start to get up to that price point. I mean, for me, it's like, okay, you just spend X amount more and get your entire Steam library and stuff. But as somebody who owns a Portal, it's like the $200 price point was, and I got it on a deal where I got like a new controller for like $20 along with it. So, like,
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. There are some games that I'll just set on the couch and be able to just stream it from my PlayStation, and it works great. But it is limited in that way to, you know, what is on your PlayStation.
Right.
You know, you have to have it installed.
On my PlayStation.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm interested to know more about it.
We're getting 2 versions.
yeah, I'm sure the second version has like the beefier, like better, bigger hard drive.
ROG Xbox Ally and the ROG Xbox Ally X.
Oh man, extreme. That's what that X stands for.
ROG Xbox Ally Xbox.
So
I'm calling it ROG just simply for Grand memes from Lord of the Rings. So
Yeah.
ROG.
It's just
Yes.
It's just nice to see, like, I don't know, it's nice to see handhelds becoming more taken seriously. I think especially after the success of Switch, obviously, it's just like the Steam Deck is fun. Now, I wouldn't play every game on handheld personally, you know, like I wouldn't want to play like Cyberpunk or Doom or Elden Ring or stuff on a handheld. You can, and I have played Elden Ring on my Steam Deck before, and it ran pretty well. You know,
going on a trip, you got an itch you need to scratch.
Exactly, you know. And
I mean, I'll say Cyberpunk did run well in the Portal, but there is a difference, right? Like the frame rate is not what you are used to, kind of a thing.
Is it 30?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
so
this is 30.
It's not too bad, but like Balatro on the Portal is awesome.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like there's
that's
just
the
certain
kind of shit that it's designed for.
It's just great for that. I'm sure Minecraft would be really fun on it, things like that.
Well, like my Steam Deck, I'd be like Cult of the Lamb on it, Hollow Knight, Celeste.
Yeah.
I want to get eventually play Nine Souls. It's probably what I'm gonna play Death Stranding on. I'm just waiting for it like to have a pretty good sale. And like I that's why I would probably want like those kind of games for me personally.
It makes sense. I think most of what you just described would be great on a handheld, you know, platformer, even with the speed of them. If the hardware's well enough, like, you know, powerful enough, it's going to be no problem at all.
But I think
especially
like
the X.
To Adam's point when he's talking like if you're traveling stuff like that, I know like game journalists and stuff live by their Steam Deck and stuff. Like they travel, you know, and stuff. So it's like, yeah, dude, I get that, you know.
We'll see what happens.
We will.
But we are at the hour.
Oh my goodness! Is it that time?
It is.
Disc corner. My bad.
At all the other corners.
My bad.
You got a room.
We got 2 from our lovely boy Jeffrey, and I got one special from my own Instagram from Bone Daddy, which I forgot to put in the docket, so I'll just read it from my phone. I'm sorry, guys.
You're fine.
We'll start with Bone Daddy. What fantastical beast do you wish was real?
Ooh.
Oh, good lord.
A Minotaur, bro.
Pegasus?
The Pegasus is a good choice.
I think a Minotaur
Kraken.
would just be fucking... oh my god. That'd be terrifying.
It would be terrifying. Talk about horror. I just think the Kraken's so cool.
We need to rein in the high seas, so it's about time we have the Kraken again.
I was gonna take a cruise. I was gonna take a cruise this week, but they got canceled because there's high Kraken activity.
Oh,
yeah.
Terrifying. Like, just think like when we played Sea of Thieves and that Kraken came, bro. That was terrifying.
Now that is scary.
Your ship stopped moving, the water turns black. What's happening?
Pegasus is a good one, though. That'd be cool.
I just think seeing a Minotaur would be so fucking scary and cool.
Yeah.
A centaur.
Centaur, yeah.
Horse half up top.
Mermaid, sirens,
It's very top heavy.
Waters.
Damn.
Anyway.
Our two from Jeff Allegedly. Let's start with the first one. At CGY Boys, what is the first major news story you remember as a kid? #DisCorner. Well, Dustin saw the moon landing, for one. Yeah. So,
I thought it was the first coming of Jesus. With his Firehawk fleshlight.
Honestly, the Oklahoma City bombing for me.
I think that's the one that I was going to say. I'm sure I remember something before that, but that's the one that stuck out of my brain that I remember seeing all over the news.
The first Iraq War?
Okay.
Like the Gulf War? Persian Gulf War? Or are you talking about the first Iraq War?
It was like 1990-ish.
I think it was just the
Whatever
Gulf
that one
War.
is. Was that the Gulf War? Okay. I can never remember. But I remember listening to the radio with my dad, like in a fucking Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Sure.
So yeah, I was like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I mean, whenever the Oklahoma City bombing came, I remember coming home and the news is on, and I just remember seeing that building like blown up in half, like and I didn't know like what was happening, But it's like I remember going and seeing the TV coverage.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too, because I definitely remember a coverage of the Gulf War. I just don't remember paying enough attention to it as much as I did to the Oklahoma City bombing.
That's valid.
And then our last one from Jeff Allegedly, at CGY Boys, would you go a year without talking for $1 million? #DisCorner.
No.
Would I or could I? I don't know.
I don't think I could.
Right, that's where I'm at. Like, I don't think I could.
Even would I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if that's enough money now.
I talk to my dogs way too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I talk to myself.
Wait, he says talk.
Talking about?
Like, could I just sing? Like, I could just start singing everything. I suppose.
I had
speak and spell.
The time of my.
Hey, that's where my mind went to. Is New Girl. Like,
yeah.
So it's like just sing everything.
I don't think I could, and I don't think I would.
I also don't think I would or could. Definitely not could.
If you said like $1 billion, I would maybe make an attempt, but I don't think I could still.
I mean, even like 10 million, I think, I'd give a solid attempt. But for me, it's like, would I? Yes. Could I? That's where I don't think I could.
But I mean, also given what my job is, like, I have to talk.
Yeah. Although if you got $1 million coming at the end of it.
Well, then we'd have to put this on hiatus too.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Just an hour of silence.
Still ship it.
Yeah. That'd be funny.
But, yeah.
Getting experimental.
Good questions.
Those were good questions. Anything else from
Anista? That's all that I got.
That's all, folks?
That's all, folks.
Okay. Well, thank you, Bone Daddy and Jeff, allegedly Jeff, for your contributions to DisCorner. If you, dear listener, have something on your mind that you would like us, your favorite boys on the internet, to take a stab at answering, send it our way. We have a Discord that we use. The link for said Discord will be in the description of this episode. If you click on the link, Should be able to join right up. There will be a channel for questions that you can send our way, and we will answer it to the best of our ability on the next episode. Along with sending us more questions, make sure you tell every single person you know, friends, family, strangers on the street, to listen to your favorite boys on the internet over here at Come Get Your Podcast. We are on pretty much every podcasting hosting thing out there, from Podbean to Google's podcast thing, iTunes, Spotify, you name it. Wherever there are podcasts to be had, we are probably there at this point. But, as always, we end every episode with a shower thought from Reddit. And this week's comes from user Excess Inquisivity. And they say, Little Orphan Annie has red hair. Miss Hannigan has red hair. Red hair is hereditary. Miss Hannigan had the other half of Annie's locket, which Annie understood to be held by her parents. Could she be Annie's mother?
Whoa.
And that is going to do it for episode 203.
We're getting deep in this shit, man.
Come Get Your Podcasts. I've been your host, Adam.
I've been Dustin.
I've been Chris.
Enjoy that truth bomb.
Whoa.